Harrison, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming, Rob. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Rob,
Nice to meet you, buddy. How are you? Alright, let me set everything up here.
Thanks so much for coming down, guys. Truly appreciate it.
That's good.
Alright.
You don't want me drinking beer, do you?
Oh, of course not.
You got one for me?
We're angry you didn't bring any extras. I'm a tequila guy anyway.
Yeah, I will run down the street and bring you a homebrew in
Alright,
my car if you
You
want.
guys just want to give me a check so I can double check that you look?
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Actually, let's kill two birds with one stone. Let's get station IDs. If you guys mind, do station ID each. You're rocking with the shark, and this way we can get the levels at the level you guys are going to talk on.
Alright.
Hi, this is Glenn Tipton from Judas Priest. You're rocking with 94.3 The Shark.
Hi, this is Ian Hill from Judas Priest, and you're on 94.3 and you're rocking with the shark.
I'll do it one more time. Go a little low.
Hi, this is Ian Hill from Judas Priest, and you're rocking with the shark on 94.3.
Beautiful.
Good. And then you're good. We're good. All
This
right.
is the sound of me drinking and crying.
Look.
All right, here we go. Coming down in 3, 2, and 1. It's 94.3 The Shark, online at 94.3theshark.com. We are live in the hot seat, the studio at the Paramount. My name is Rob Rush. We got Harrison, we got Christi, we got Orlando, and we also have Glenn and Ian from the band Judas Priest. You guys are playing 2 nights here at the Paramount in Huntington, a very small venue. And I know your first question, Orlando, relates to that.
Yeah, besides the fact that I just want to say welcome, and this is like Christmas to guys like us. Considering that you've played arenas all over the world, the biggest arenas ever, and now you're playing a club like the Paramount, does your approach to the songs and does the set list change when you play a club as opposed to an arena?
No, the set list just doesn't change. I mean, it's weird because we can play arenas or play clubs, we don't care, you know, which we play. If you haven't seen Priest in a club, I mean, it's a big club, but you haven't seen Judas Priest, I mean, the power that we put out in small venues is incredible. But, you know, we can play the big arenas where everything's exaggerated, the live show, the production, the lights, everything. So we're just as much at home. In fact, if you ask me honestly, I prefer the small. But in the words of Spinal Tap, maybe our audience is becoming more selective.
Yes! Ian, did your approach change?
Yeah, well, you know, when you play big arenas, obviously you get through to a lot of people, you know. But there's not that connection you get when you're right in your face, you know. And you can see their emotions, not just what they shout at you.
Sure.
Congratulations on the success of Redeemer of Souls, your highest debut in the States after your previous album, Nostradamus, a concept album, but always a lot more heavy lifting with a concept album. You guys took some quality time between records. Was that a conscious effort to get back to the pure Priest metal sound?
I think we knew what we'd got to do, you know. Nostradamus is a mammoth task.
Right.
We had to get one off our chest, you know, concept album. And our manager suggested Nostradamus. I mean, this guy lived in the 1500s and he's still talked about now. So, I mean, you know, it's special, really. And it wasn't so much his predictions, it was the fact, it was his life, you know. He not only came up with his predictions, but like, you know, his wife and daughter died of the plague, he was extradited from France, exiled, he found a new life, a new love, and that combined with his prophecies and that just made for a great story. And we actually composed quite a bit of it on keyboards and then transposed it to the guitar to give a classical feel or even an operatic feel in places. So having said that, you know, it was a very complex album, something we were very proud of. I don't regret doing that at all. But it wasn't what all our fans wanted from us, you know, we knew that. It was an high-risk project anyway, but we were very, very proud of it, and it just led us to realise, you know, exactly what the fans wanted from Priest, and that was Redeemer. And we just wrote in a natural style then, and it just emerged as Judas Priest, raw Judas Priest, which is what the kids wanted.
Yep, I agree, absolutely. Oh, actually, it's you, Brian.
Over the years, I mean, I have every Priest album that was known to man. And as far as on CD, on cassette, maybe a couple, I still have my vinyls, but over the years, are there songs that you guys have written earlier on that just don't sound the same to you anymore, or you wouldn't play live now that you did back in the day?
Not really, no. I mean, we just did a tour, we went back over every album and the Epitaph tour. And we started to, obviously, we had to listen through the old albums to figure out what you were going to play. The plan was to play something from every album.
Sure.
And of course, you know, some of these albums are some of the songs that I've listened to for 30, 40 years, you know. And listening back to them, they all stand up, you know. They're really there. They're all still relevant today.
Now, you guys are here. It's Rob Rush. We're in the studio up in Paramount. We have Glenn, and we also have Ian from Judas Priest hanging out. We're talking about the old stuff. We're talking about Redeemer Souls. What about 2016 and beyond? You guys going to be working on anything new, coming out soon? Give us an outlay for the next, let's say, 2 years of
I think we've got a meeting scheduled tomorrow to decide what we're going to do next year. So,
Is it right here in the founders room?
Right? First hand, you'll be first off the press. We don't really know. We're going to finish this year. We finish December the 18th, so then there's Christmas to get out the way. We have some time up maybe in January, but then we'll sit down and maybe start to write again and see what happens. Which is what we've always done, you know. We're not saying the band's going to wind it up after this tour. We're not saying we're not sure. We really aren't sure. I mean, we probably won't go out and tour next year because we've been out for 18 months, or we will have done by the end of the year. But I've got a feeling, you know, we've got another album in us, and we'll take it from there. If it's as successful as we believe, then we've got to really go out here, you know. But we love our time on the stage with the fans, and it will be very hard for us to give up. But there will be a point, you know, when we've got to hang the hat up, and I'd rather hang my hat up than have somebody else hang it up.
Your influence on heavy metal is undeniable, Rob. Halford's screaming Banshee Hellfire vocals, the twin guitar sound, even the look and the vibe with the leather and the spikes. You guys created heavy metal fashion. Do you feel like you're long overdue for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or can the establishment just suck?
I couldn't care less, you know, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, and I'll tell you why. There's no disrespect to it. I mean, it's not going to change my life to start with. And secondly, there are some bands in there that really deserve to be in there. But there's almost as many bands in there that don't deserve to be in there. If it really was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's been some serious acts overlooked, you know. And there's been some one-hit wonders put in there. So I don't know. I don't even know who chooses. I mean, where's, you know, is there a body of people up in the sky that sit in the car, you know, saying, "Well, that's the band there," you know? I don't know, but they seem to make some strange choices sometimes. So if I've got a little, perhaps more respect for the judgment calls and the selected, yeah, I'd be proud to be in there. But as it stands, I don't think that accolade means anything really.
That's our chance of the Swan.
There you go.
We're talking to Glenn and Ian from Judas Priest, and just hearing those words alone, I honestly can't believe it. My mother wanted me to be a lawyer. This is so much cooler. Gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about Redeemer of Souls. Now, does your approach to making an album change in the digital age? Now that the equipment changes and things are different, does writing music change?
It's changed a little bit, you know, with the oncoming of Pro Tools and, you know, the digital mixing and stuff like that. It's good in one way because it gives you a chance to rethink and rearrange and chop up and easily re-edit things, and which is good for composition sometimes. But there's still nothing like going to the studio for a band like Judas Priest and doing what we used to do, which is just set up, take only 6 takes or a dozen takes, and then just listen to pick the best one and work on that. That's what we used to do. And that bleed through, you know, from the mics, that they're all interacting with the mics, and the drums, the bass, and it just gives a live ambient sound. And it's an exciting way to record, and I think there's a lot been taken away from that. You know.
No, it's true, like Glenn said, you know, I mean, in the early days you didn't have any choice but to go in there and play as a band. You only had a very small, finite amount of tracks to use, you know, so you couldn't put, you know what I mean, on the drum mix, for instance, is down to 4 tracks maybe, that's all. Now you can have a separate track for each little tonal thing for the triangle and the bass drum.
it's good and it's bad. It takes away from the magic and it kind of adds to it.
You're getting more polished, there's no doubt about that, you know.
Yeah.
You taste that more edge away, I was going to say.
No, yeah, sure.
So I think all of our Sharkaholics would love to know what it's like to get an apology from The Simpsons for calling you death metal and getting to be in Bart's chalk scene, the chalkboard that's on every opening Simpson.
I think, if you've been on The Simpsons, you're famous.
Sure.
Twice. Double famous. So, I'm glad they got the death metal wrong, so that all I've had to do is lie.
We got Ian and we got Glenn from Judas Priest here in the studio at the Paramount. Before we let you guys go, you guys have played most of the songs hundreds, if not thousands of times. What song do you still look forward to playing to the most? Ian?
Oh, well, the older ones we've been playing for a long time, you know, and the reason we play them is because they're fans' favourites, and it's just great to see the reaction. So I'd go for something like, I don't know, Spirit of Vengeance maybe, or Victim of Changes, something we've been playing for a few years. Metal God! Metal God! I don't know, we brought back the Rage, and that's a great song. You know. Metal God! There's so many songs we've got to choose from, but I think Victim of Changes, Painkiller, would be two good examples.
Painkiller is a very good one. You know, I find it funny how you guys got heavier as the years went on too. In the late 70s and 80s you were heavy, but then all of a sudden Down comes out, 90, Painkiller comes out, and it's up to your own level. So you have to keep evolving, which you guys have done constantly throughout the years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've got two more questions. I'll ask one. As far as where music is today, we saw a period in time, late 90s, where bands got away from guitar solos. Something that, I mean, Judas Priest was known for. Do you think there's going to be a time when guitar solos are cool again in music?
Well, you know, it's such a shame because I know such great guitar players that don't show what they do, you know, because it's not fashionable. The way I've always looked at lead breaks is that do a lead break if it betters the song. If it doesn't better the song, it shouldn't be there. And so we've always made sure that our lead breaks add to a song. And if they don't, kick them out, don't do one. And it's a crying shame that there's such talent out there that's almost untapped, you know. I know some great guitar players, they don't really show what they can do, so I think they should unashamedly get out there and, you know, lip it up.
True. What do bands need to do to bring rock back to the top? Do the new bands these days just not embody the rock and roll spirit? Are they not dangerous enough? Are they too squeaky clean?
I think it just goes around, it evolves and it goes around in circles. There's always the backbone of rock there, and you get offshoots, you get punk, new wave, death metal, heavy metal, and it goes in a cycle, and then, you know, it might go down a bit. We had a slump, didn't we, in punk and new wave in the 90s, really, you know, which did affect us, but we didn't let it affect us. We learned from it, and the one thing you can learn, you can just play three chords, you've got a great song, and the energy you put out. Those bands put out some serious energy. And so we learned off them, and we all through it unashamedly proclaimed ourselves as heavy metal, and didn't disown it because it was an unfashionable tag. And we were proud to carry the mantle through those difficult times. And it came back, you know, and it's, I'd say, stronger than ever now.
True.
I think
It's an
it'll always be
enduring
there.
thing. I mean, what are you going to replace it with if it goes away?
All right, my final question of the night. I've been taking guitar lessons for a while. I always wanted to play a Judas Priest song as a beginner. What song would you guys recommend?
Rockin' the Lord.
Yeah.
I was supposed to play this.
Let's see, hold on.
Hey, let me grab the other one.
I was completely wasted.
First acoustic performance in the studio.
No, I could sing, and he could sing as well. This is the second one.
Yes!
Well, you came out with a few solo albums back in the late 90s and early 2000s, Glenn, you know that. And we want to thank you guys for coming down here. As you can see, you have some fans out there. Anything you'd like to say to people that are coming here tonight and some artists here at the Paramount?
Oh yeah, looking forward to it, you know, looking forward to it, we're going to have a great time.
Guys, give it up for Judas Priest. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ron.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
That's great.
Will we be able to get a picture in front of the logo?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. We'll do it in front of this one.
front of that one? Okay.
Yeah, the glare on that was brutal.
We guys need photos?
Yeah.
I'll take them with this.